I've spent most of my life fishing along quiet lakes in the American countryside, and I've always found peace in the sound of water, the smell of damp earth, and the slow rhythm of casting a line. But last October, I learned that some lakes hold things that were never meant to be disturbed. It happened in northern Minnesota, at a remote lake locals call Blackwater Bend. The name alone should have warned me, but I was looking for solitude. I had been dealing with a rough week, long hours, late nights, stress pounding in my head. So I grabbed my gear, loaded up my old truck, and drove out before sunrise. The lake was almost completely still when I arrived. No wind. No birds. Even the trees felt frozen in place. It was the kind of silence that felt heavy, like something was listening. I pushed my small wooden boat onto the water and paddled toward the darker side of the lake where the pines leaned so close their shadows touched the water. I didn't think much of it at first, after all, I'd fished in quiet places before. But soon, I began to notice small things that didn't feel right. The water felt colder than the morning air. My breath came out in a faint white mist even though it wasn't that cold. And once, just once, I thought I saw something move beneath the surface. Something long. Something pale, but I told myself it was just a log drifting. Around noon, I cast my line near a cluster of reeds. Almost instantly, something pulled, hard. Too hard. The rod bent like it was about to snap. I held on, my heart racing, expecting maybe a huge pike. Then everything stopped, the line went completely slack. I reeled it in slowly, confused, thinking the fish had escaped. But when the hook came out of the water, my stomach twisted. Hanging from the hook was a piece of fabric, dark, rotten, waterlogged. Clothing. Human clothing. I dropped it instantly. It sank fast, like something had yanked it down. The air suddenly felt colder. I wanted to leave. But the moment I set my oar into the water, I heard it, a splash, not normal. Not natural, it was slow, dragging, like a body pulling itself through water. I froze. Then I heard another sound, soft at first, then clearer, breathing, wet, heavy breathing circling the boat. I tried to steady my hands, but the boat began to rock, just slightly, like something was rising underneath. Ripples spread out in perfect rings around me. The entire lake moved in a slow pulse. Hello. I said without thinking. The breathing stopped. For a moment there was nothing. Just silence. Then a pale hand broke the surface, long, thin. Gray. Fingers stretching toward the edge of the boat like they were searching for something to hold on to. The nails were black, cracked, sharp. It looked like it belonged to someone who had been underwater far too long. My body locked in fear. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't move. The hand dragged along the side of my boat, leaving a trail of slimy dark marks. Another hand surfaced beside it. Then I saw the top of a head. Tangled hair floating around it like seaweed. I didn't wait for the rest. I grabbed my paddle and shoved the boat backward, splashing wildly. Whatever that thing was, it sank the moment the water moved. But I could still see the shape under my boat, following me in the shadows. I paddled faster than I ever have in my life, but the lake felt endless. The shoreline seemed to drift farther away, like the water was pulling me back toward the center. Then something slammed into the bottom of the boat. I almost fell out. A second hit came, harder this time. Something underneath was trying to tip me over. I screamed and kept paddling, muscles burning, throat tight. Another hit. The boat lurched violently. Water splashed in. I didn't look back, I couldn't. I just kept pushing toward the light breaking through the trees. Finally, the boat scraped the muddy shore. I jumped out, dragging the boat behind me, stumbling up the bank. When I turned around, out of breath, shaking uncontrollably, the lake was still again, perfectly still, but in the dark water just beyond the reeds, I could see a pale face staring up at me. Not floating. Standing on the bottom. Watching, I ran. I didn't pack up my gear. I didn't look behind me. I drove all the way home with wet clothes and trembling hands. I haven't gone fishing alone since that day. But sometimes, late at night, I hear water dripping outside my window, even when it's not raining. And sometimes, I swear I can smell that same cold, rotten scent from the lake. I don't know what I saw in Blackwater Bend. But I know one thing, something in that lake is alive, and it isn't done with me.